Hey guys, I got another video for you guys today. Today will be part 3 in the build update for my 360. Today I'm going to show you guys how far I've got in the build, some tips, tricks, and a little problem I encountered. So yeah, let's get started. As you guys can see, she's on the stand, bare block. First question I want to get over with. I see someone commented on my first update, or actually the honing video. They told me I should take my crank out. I don't know if I said in the video that I'm not going to take it out, or I said something, maybe something like that, but I take that back. Yes, you are right. I should take it out, and I did take it out. You guys see the cranks out. The only reason I didn't take it out is because I'm not too good with measuring end play with feeler gauges. I don't like doing it like that. The way I like doing it is using this thing you can probably get at Harbor Freight for a couple bucks. It's a magnetic base with a dial indicator, and you get the magnet, stick it on here, and then you just put on the crank, and then you just check your end plate, and it's good. Now this is not mine. I am gonna get one soon. This is my boss's, but I'm gonna have one just in case because you can do a lot of stuff with it. You should take your crank out, and if I said it in the other video that you shouldn't, well, I take that back, and it's my fault. Always take your crank out. If you get this far, might as well go ahead and take those 10 bolts out, get your crank out, or even honing your cylinders. You should take your crank out. You know why? I'll tell you right now. Because when I honed my engine and when I first got it, I degreased it, washed it, and then I honed it after, right? All that, like the stones get down there, then I washed it, scrubbed it, cleaned it, all the cylinders were nice and clean, put a little oil, and then when I got that tool to measure my end plate, I went to measure, okay, got 7 thousandths, so I was within spec. It's between 2 and 10 or 5 and 10, whatever, but I am there. I have it on a piece of paper somewhere. So yeah, back to my thing. I flipped it over, it's 7 thousandths, I unbolted everything, and this horrible smell came out, and I'm like, what is that? And I lifted up one of my caps, I smelled it, I'm like, whoa. There was water deposit on it, the water didn't dry out, and I knew that was going to happen. I couldn't get everything dry in there. The water dried, there was like little grits on, you can feel the little grit on the main cap, on the bearings, on the main bearings. You can feel it, you run your hand, it's not smooth, it's a little rough, you can feel little stones from the hone. And yeah, I have actually one of the main bearings here. I didn't throw it out. Here's one of them. As you guys can see right there. You can see it. You can see the water spots right here. That's from the hone. Yeah, my nail is nasty. I smashed it, didn't breaks, but you can feel that. That shouldn't make that sound. It should be a little rough, but as I'm scrubbing it, I can feel little sand particles coming off, and that's not good. So yeah, whenever you're honing it, guys, remove your crank. Just what is it? My bearings costing me 90 bucks. It's cheap insurance. I'd rather pay 90 bucks and pay over 1,000 in machining and new bottom end components, because guaranteed. Because when I felt that like grit, I thought to my head, guaranteed I put that all together with those old bearings, because they were junk. Some of them were cracked and all bad. If I kept it like that, put it in, started the engine, would have ran maybe a day or something, blew the bottom end right out of it. I'd be lucky to even get a day out of it. But yeah, so always take your crank out, cheap insurance. I'll actually flip it over quick. Bottom end of my engine, you can see the main bearings. I didn't get them line honed or nothing. It's like a little mild end rebuild. Usually you should get them all home. 6 stock rebuild pretty much. A little bit more power, but I'm not going like full race application. These were all oil stained, everything here. All I did was took a gray Scotch-Brite, and I just went like this quickly, cleaned them all off, buffed them, just get that all old stuff off so when I put my new ones on. And yeah, so that's good. I didn't do nothing to my crank. I didn't get it polished, grinded, or nothing, so it's stock. Also, what I did is I did it for all the bolts, every single bolt in here, like always, even the main bearings, the oil pan, the head bolts, everything. Took a tap and just not tapped them, but cleaned the threads out, and there was a lot of junk in there from degreasing and everything like that. So cleaned all that up, so it's ready for assembly. I'm gonna start putting my bottom end in, maybe today or something. Put it in and see what happens. Engine's painted, or it's orange color, hemi orange. Freeze plugs are installed. I'm tell you a little tip. My freeze plugs, I got brass ones. I would recommend going with brass over steel because brass can't rust and rot, and steel does, and it's a cooling system, so it's gonna rust or rot. The way I did it for these big ones, the way to install freeze plugs quick, I didn't make a video, I should have, but I might make one on one of these old heads, show you guys how to do it. Actually, I do have some for there. The way I did it was I pretty much, what's it called? What I did, grab the chisel and a hammer, put it in there, hammered it, and it bent like straight out. Grab a pair of pliers, rip them out, and then for the new ones, grab some black gasket maker and just put a thin film around just in case. Well, before I did that, I took my die grinder with 120 grit cartridge roll and just polished all the holes out that I popped freeze plugs out. Put a thin film of thing on, gasket maker. Found the biggest socket I could find. Well, biggest socket that would fit on there, and that is a. You guys can see that. That says 1.1 inches, and put the freeze plug down. You guys can see that's a pretty good fit. You know, fits good. It's got a little play, but that's good. And then I just took a hammer, put it on, started hammering it, and see how there's play on the end of the extension? I just moved like the extension part up. I'm exaggerating, but like I moved it around so I get it in evenly. And I just went in a little bit past the top. People say you should go flush. I just went a bit down more because like my old ones were. Shouldn't make too big of a difference, and I hope it doesn't pop out. It's the first time doing freeze plugs, so hopefully it doesn't pop out. I don't think it would, but yeah. So that's pretty much how you install freeze plugs. Just bang them out, get the new one, hammer it in, make sure it's even all the way around, and you always want to make sure it's where you're putting it, it's all clean. It's like shiny clean, because if it's not, you will develop a leak or something might happen. Doing freeze plugs for the first time and wondering how to get these galley plugs out for the lifters, these two. I'll tell you right now. You gotta go through the back. Let me spin the engine. Sorry for the camera work. Okay, so see these two plugs? You gotta take them out. And there's one in there. You gotta take that out to get this one out. The way I did it, you guys can see these are hex. So these are hex heads. The ones I had, the old ones, were just a square drive. Camera on. See their square drive. Oh, great. 3/8 will fit. Now 3/8 extension socket, 3/8 thing won't fit. What I had to do is make my own tool. Grab this small extension. Oh, this was a good extension too. Oh well. Grab this extension, put it in the bench grinder, grinded it up until it fits. This one, it's kind of a hard fit. It's all corroded. The other ones that fit good. Beat it in, cracked it loose, took them out. Now the hard part was getting something to go all the way through. So what I ended up doing is had a long bar there, like a long small bar that can get in. Put it in, pounded it out. Then, because I honed these out too. So what I did after to clean the grit out of there too, sprayed some degreaser. Had this brush for a paint gun cleaning set. And it was too short, so I put it on a long screwdriver. I just went through, cleaned it all up, made it look nice. Same thing for these freeze plugs. Just put a little bit of Teflon silicone on, put it in. And these came in the frost plug set, the oil galley plugs. So what I did, instead of using Teflon tape because it'll deteriorate in there, just some gasket maker put around there, tighten it up, should hold. So yeah, I got that done. Got my cam bearings installed. I wish I would have made a video if I had the tool, but no one had the tool for rent. I was kind of debating on spending the money on it, but then I'm like, no, because I'll tell you in a minute, because something happened. So I'm like, no, and I had this machine shop, they charged me $70, $80 with tax to install it, so whatever. I know it's quite a bit of money, but I put new ones in anyway. I put new ones in. Well, they put them in, they banged them in quickly. And yeah, everything fit nicely. The only thing they told me that didn't fit was the freeze plug. This freeze plug, mine was too small, so this one was just a little loose in there. So they just put a GB welder epoxy and put it in. So that's the only problem they had with the cam bearings. But cam bearings are in. Have everything set up, ready for assembly. I'm gonna install my mains. These are my rods, sealed power. My mains are Clevite. Well, I should have went the other way, but it fell through the bottom. Clevite, if you guys want to know the model number, they are MS1266P. I ran the numbers for sealed power, and they are the same pretty much, so I shouldn't have a... So these are technically Clevites. Have a new oil pump. I just cleaned up the oil pickup tube. I've got new rings, Hastings, stock. They were already pre-gapped. What else? This distributor drive, that was my old one. So yeah, I got everything pretty much there, ready for installation. Crank's over here. As you can see, give the crank a little buff before I throw it in. So it's all set up there. Main bearings, they are all cleaned up. Cleaned them up with Scotch Brite, like I said. What I did to the bottom, I did to the top. Cleaned them all up. Clean this up. Oh, and I got an engine gasket set, so I got to put my rear main in. Get that going, hopefully today or tomorrow. A little bad thing, dipstick tube broke off, but get a new one. And I am going to reuse my old main bolts. They are reusable, so that's good. Get to reuse them, because a new ARP set was like $140, which was crazy. So yeah, that's pretty much the update I got to. My heads are all torn apart. Let me show you my valves quick. Here are all the valves. I buffed them up and everything. Got them nice and good for no reason, because they're junk now. Well, they aren't junk. I might reuse them if I get a new set of heads. If I get a bare heads, I might use the old ones, because they're all good. Mic'd them, and they're all the same thickness all the way around. But yeah, the problem I ran into is these my cylinder heads. The one, where is it? Oh, right here. See that? Right there. Yeah, I see that thing. I thought that was the crack, so I took it to the machine shop for them to check it out. And the guy checked it all out. And I was standing there. And he told me that's not a crack, but he's like, yeah, no crack, no problem, it's all good there. He's like, oh, 1 sec. So he put the Magnaflux here, and then he Magnafluxed it, and there's a crack in between the two seats. That's cracked, and then he's like, well, that one's cracked. So he checked this one, cracked, and cracked. So I only brought one head down, because the other one, because everything looked good until he Magnafluxed it, and he's like, they're all cracked. Then I looked, it was really hard to see with your naked eye, and then I seen cracks in that one too. So I need a new set of heads. Problem is, no one really wants to ship them to Canada. But I found these pair on eBay, iron ram heads. Probably going to get those. They're around $380 a piece. I'm not going to say go with aluminum. I want to go with aluminum, but that's just breaking the bank, and that's overkill. Like, I would love to get aluminum heads, but that's $1,500 just for 2 heads, which is crazy money. Yeah, but these iron ram heads are stronger built design, better design, 202 stainless steel intake and 165 exhaust or something like that. Or it was the other way around. No, it was the right way. Stainless steel valves, stronger springs, so they will be able to handle my aftermarket cam. The only thing it doesn't come with is rocker arms, and these I don't plan on using. Since I'm going to be getting new heads, I'm going to probably just upgrade to 1.6 roller rock. But yeah, I need new heads, so that's the main part. The build's going a little bit slow. So yeah, I'm going to get new heads. If these guys want to ship it to Canada, I priced it out, $800 just for the heads, and I don't know how much you want for shipping, so I'm looking $900 for everything. So a little pricey, but gotta get it done. Alright guys, take it easy, have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take it easy, guys.